Hey everyone, welcome to this pickacard reading. My name is Elena and this is AngelsCupTarot. Today we're going to be looking at how are they feeling about you right now. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. You can pause the video if you need some time to pick and choose, and I'll see you in the reading. Hi there, pile number 1. If you chose this deck or this crystal, then this is your reading. Pile number 1, I already pre-shuffled your cards, and let's get right to it. So, how are they feeling about you? I wouldn't be surprised if you were confused by this energy because it has me confused as well a bit, because some things just don't make sense with them. I mean, they feel very joyous around you. I think you bring great energy and it's pretty significant. We have this 3 and 5 theme going on. It's a significant pattern here. And I also, whilst shuffling these, I also saw the 3 of Pentacles, and that's the only 3 we do not have right in this deck. But we also have a lot of page energy. Makes me think that they might be a little younger, or like not younger than you, but young in general. Or it could just be that around you they feel like this starter vibe, starter type of energy. Could also be that you are in the early stages with this person, but they have a sense of you being very generous and very, I think, kind and a loving, fun person to be around. Lots of fun. You could literally like to party, or you could just like the finer things in life. And I think they're concerned if they could afford keeping up with your lifestyle in the long run. Something about that is coming up, but overall they feel very joyous around you, and that's coming through a lot. But I really do get the sense of them questioning themselves if they can compete in this, if they can live up to your standard. I think they see you having very high standards, and yeah, definitely liking the finer things in life. And it's like this page with this little lemonade stand. He's calculating, and that is in the reverse. So yeah, I literally see them questioning, because we have this page of once they do want to make a move, but it's just the page that is reminding me of them. Maybe when they do come through, it's more of minor things that they are offering. And overall, I see them feeling like they don't have too much to offer you, or they also come around for a fun time a lot. But then when it comes to really investing in the situation, they don't really follow through. And still, though, you give them very high vibes and they just love being around you. It says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And we have the sun right above it. So they love that energy around you. And with the 5 of Pentacles, that is like also indicating financial loss. And then with the 5 of Swords, this overall energy, really, the light just went off. I'm sorry, pile number 1. Yeah, but you have the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and then withholding, which makes like it's just a contradiction in and of itself. And I see this card for the first time. Yeah, but you give off this vibe of being like very high vibe in general, and they just enjoy being around you. And I would be surprised if that wouldn't like be clear to you. So as I was mentioning, it has me confused as well, because on the one hand, they feel like being around you is total bliss, and then on the other, they're calculating if they can literally pull through, or literally afford your lifestyle, and literally afford to keep up with you. It could be that you both are from different social ranks, or just in general have like a different financial background, if that makes sense. Or it could also well be that they're still trying to get ahead in life, and they're just, see, we have this emperor figure here as well, and the Four of Wands right underneath it. I did not see. And so I think they do seriously make a lot of, like, see, she's like doing some work here, which is funny because it's the emperor, but I get more of a sense like, yeah, that being them. So you could be actually a guy asking about someone, could be a female figure you're asking about, could also be that they identify as female, or it could well be that this is just the depiction and you're a girl asking about how a guy feels about you, because we have this, other than that, we have a lot of female energy. So, but I more of a sense get that this is them, and this is sort of, yeah, you could well be a man asking about a woman, or someone that does identify as female. But yeah, she's doing some work, and this is very much giving me work vibes and very competitive. Could be that you two know each other through work, or you do something quite similar when it comes to work, or it's just the case that you two are just of different financial ranks, or they see you being able to compete very well when it comes to financial assets, and them being like, what do I add in this all? Like them not really seeing their place in this, yeah, and asking themselves if, like, why would you need them? Because yeah, it's more of a vibe that is, these thoughts that are keeping them stuck and keeping them back in this whole narrative are more self-depriving, if that makes sense. So I think it's not about you, but it's just thoughts that are keeping them up at night. They could also think you're upset with them, that they did upset you. But I do not see them letting go of you or letting go of this energy. While shuffling, I was for a quick second seeing the Eight of Cups. But if they ever come to that conclusion to leave the situation behind, they would never follow through on that, because you give them so much lightness and so much happiness. And I think what's ever been going on with them is more about what they're going through rather than how they feel about you. Because right now I do see them actually lacking strength. Yeah, and I just now see that they might have upset you in the past, and that may be why they think about coming back as this Page of Wands. And that's in their, like, that's a thought pattern that they have, is coming back into your life somewhat. But for others of you, I see them not making just major moves on you, just doing like minor things and keeping you around because they value your energy and they value a lot what you bring to the table, but they don't see how they add to the whole situation, to the whole narrative. But I think they do know that you're quite disturbed by whatever's been going on with the two of you, and that you may be unhappy about the situation. I think that's them thinking about how you feel about this, how they put you. Yeah, this is literally the heartbreak card. So but I think they see you being broken about the situation, or they think they just put you in that state. Something between the two of you really went down that just, yeah, right. This is kind of backwards energy because it feels like, oh, it's a cycle. Like it feels like a cycle. Maybe you two have been through, like you've really hit a tough patch together. But I would be surprised if they were to, like, I really don't see them wanting to let go of this whole situation and letting go of you, because you just bring so much fun and joy and lightness to the situation. But they're calculating how they would add to your life and how they could make things work. And I just think there's like a great feeling of loss. Maybe that's also the loss of you, the loss of the happiness they had with you, and realizing how they went wrong in the situation, if there has been some conflict or there hasn't been follow through. This energy is actually quite confusing to me as well. It could well be, and I keep seeing the Five of Swords, and could well be that they're also competing for your attention with other things. And that quite literally may be other guys, or they could be fearing that you would replace them with someone who just doesn't lack as much as they like, that this lack mentality, lack mindset that they are having right now. They just are afraid that you may, yeah, that's keeping them up at night, that you may just find someone who is more a better fit for you. But overall, I like, they know you guys have a strong magnetic pull towards each other. Sorry, like I lost my words here. Yeah, you have this pull, like this magnetic pull, and I think you pull them in with like your light-hearted, fun energy, and they just, yeah, I keep seeing that it's total bliss around you. And with this very soon card, if you guys are not talking right now, they're making plans to put an end to that and come back into your life and come back with that bliss and happiness. But do I see them following through in the long run? Yeah, no. Actually, still the same energy. If you like, if you're not talking right now and they're coming back, it's still this lack mentality, and still, yeah, the troubles you guys had or what's not working here is just gonna, like, a pattern that's judged by the energy right now is probably going to continue. And I'm so, like, I can't wait to see what we will see in the advice section of this whole situation, because like the narrative is just so confusing to me. Like, on one hand, you're their bliss, you're their happiness, you get them going, you get them, like, I think you really inspire this person to be a better them. But it feels like it's also a lot to compete. I don't know why it's so, like, why they would feel the need to compete, or why they would feel the need to provide so much. Maybe that's something you made clear, that you're not going to settle for anything that doesn't serve you, that won't fulfill you, that won't bring this happiness, this joy, lightness. And also, I think you want them to provide. You want them to be in this Empress state and very stable, very grounded. And they know that. They're very aware. You probably have told them in one way or another. If you did not actually tell them, then your actions did well show them that that is what you're actually looking for, like someone who can pull through, someone who will bring assets to the situation. Maybe you seek for them to take you out a lot, or just, you just give off very high vibes. And I think they haven't been around someone who is like you. They might have like imposter system around you, or if they act like unfazed, then that's just a front, because probably act like this Page of Wands around you a lot, like very free-minded, like very driven and all of that. But there's a lot of thoughts keeping them down and keeping them stuck, and just reoccurring thoughts, like a cycle, like some narrative that is taking their strength. And that's, the light just went off again when saying that and when talking about that. And literally the last time I was trying to talk about this, had to cut this out because the light went off as well, but we're going to keep it that way. And just, yeah, if that didn't do it justice, if I did not do the energy justice yet, it's because, yeah, quite literally they see you having options, or that's what they fear. Yeah, let's look into the advice section because I'm literally stunned by the energy. And just, again, like on one hand, it's total bliss, happiness around you. You bring so much fun. You bring so much joy. They love to be around you. Your company is just something that they like enjoy so much. But why are they not following through? It's just, it's also giving a little childish energy, but then again, it isn't really, because we have this emperor figure, and they do want to pull through, like follow through, but they just lack, like they're lost somewhere here, like something about them not hitting target, not hitting goal. And I think quite early on you were seeing some red flags, or you were seeing signs that you did not like. It was clear to them as well that you did see what was going on with them at times. So yeah, let's look into the advice section and see if this resonated. Let's look into the advice section, because this energy actually does have me a little confused. Lovely, lovely pile number 1. So in your advice, I pre-shuffled right now. I got confused again because we have this sacred union card and partnership and romance, and then you have the lovers in reverse, which is self-love, and then it's like love yourself first, and then the 2 of cups in reverse. And what are we seeing here? So this message is much clearer than what we saw about how are they feeling about you. It's not this wishy-washy type of energy. It's very clear. A clear message from Spirit is, that was on the back of the deck, the Knight of Wands in reverse. If they're not going to follow through, work on your own little universe. And I know this easier said than done type of narrative, but with you actually, pile number 1, come on. They had you questioning your worth, you, pile number 1. I mean, you're the whole package, and they do see that. We saw them seeing that and being very in their head about this whole situation, about them not being worthy, not being enough, and all of that. And do not put their actions onto you and believe that would be a reflection of your self-worth, because it's not. And Spirit's encouraging you to see it for what it is. You being, I believe, very serving, very sync with the moon as your advice. I think you're very in sync in general, or that is your default. So look at all the abundance around you. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the messenger of abundance, the Ace of Pentacles. Like the universe is handing you things over and over and over. And there are so many tasks in your life, and you like so many things. You have your own little universe, I believe. You have your own little world, which is so fulfilling. And I get you might be a sweet tooth, but moreover, I get you being very sweet and tapping into the energy of what you deserve and what you're made of. And it's also giving, see, we have this in your advice section, but I think this is linked to the Knight of Wands, them not following through and you being in your head about this. And as I was mentioning, I think we had the Nine of Swords in their deck, and me thinking that they know how you feel about this situation and that they know how backstepped you feel by the whole narrative. And Spirit's cautioning you about the situation. Just in general, go back to self in this situation and get yourself unstuck, because you're never meant to be in a stuck place. You're meant to thrive. And with the Arrow Master hitting the mark, intention and detachment, I think, although the last one just also is like, again, like the other card we were seeing, I just literally got this deck, but I think you do hit target a lot, which I was saying, I think I was saying that when we were looking at how are they feeling about you right now. And I think I was actually saying this. And so we have hitting the mark and intention and detachment. So you are called to detach from them, which is with the Eight of Swords in reverse here, very clear. But you are also called to see yourself as this Arrow Master, if that makes sense. And you're also called to seek someone who is participating in that, in partnership, real romance. Because with this person, they just lack follow through. They just lack pull through. And that's just going to continue if you cling on to that energy, which isn't serving and which isn't enough and which isn't filling your cup and which isn't, like, no one's serving you here. And you have this abundance. But why would you be around someone who makes you feel guilty of being in this abundance when that is your place to be? When Spirit's wanting you in that place, when Spirit's actually saying, like, I want you to work on that more. I want you to make sure. But I also do with this Eight of Pentacles, I think this is a learning experience for you to realize where your happiness lies. And I do not, maybe this is calling you to do tasks. Maybe you love to bake and that is something you just enjoy overall. But I also see you maybe in the future baking with someone, really sharing life together and sharing the fun things in life and just sharing things you both enjoy doing and both enjoy making and creating, and lots of fun, lots of like very active. And I get like a very active, but an active vibe about you, not an active in a literal like movement, but very active when it comes to hitting targets, just hitting goals, being overall abundant. And you need someone in life that will add to that. And see how this guy here is adding up. And I was literally never seeing this before. And she's showing him how it's done. You literally need someone who wants to add to this whole narrative and not have second guess if they can like pull through and follow through and meet you halfway, or just this overall competitive vibe was just so off in a sense. And I don't know why that was, like, why we were seeing this, but it just not a pretty energy to have, like, if you're asking about love and about a partner. And Spirit's really clarifying that this may not be the one with the Lovers and with the Two of Cups in reverse, both being in reverse. Just yeah. And then the Eight of Swords, I mean, it's really clarified that you have so much going on. You have so many beautiful things to focus your attention on. And then someone who's just not following through, who's living like, and we have this Nine of Cups and this girl partying. And I think you are fun to be around. Like, you're the main character, pile number one. Why would you do something that is just not serving? And this Knight of Wands in reverse, he's just not serving you. I don't see them really serving you. And literally, usually, like, you hit your target, maybe that's also like you being a little, like, I always get what I want, or why am I not getting what I want here? And I would say that you're not getting what. So where was I? I'm sorry, my camera just died on me. This reading is pretty messy. Could be that is pretty messy with this person in general, but yeah, what I was actually saying is that you not getting what you want in this situation, and you might be asking, like, why am I not getting what I want? Because this is what I want. And Spirit being like, you're not getting what you want in this situation because it's actually not what you do want. You do not see the full picture about this person because they're not following through, they're not pulling through, and they keep you guessing. They have this with the Page of Wands we saw. That's like their whole thing, their whole narrative. And I keep saying narrative because I feel at this point it is some sort of narrative with you guys. They always come around for a fun time and sort of not a long time, and that has you guessing all the time, and that there's like a thrill to it, keeping you guessing. And they know that. They know how you feel about that. They know, like, literally see the difference between the two of these. Like, this is your default. This is where Spirit wants you. Like, literally going for things that do make you light up, that are adding to your experience, that are adding more value to what you already bring to the table, because you bring so much, pile number one. And I really want to put an emphasis on that one, because you do, like, yeah, just has me sorry, but yeah, who is he or she? Yeah. Anyhow, don't want to yeah. I'm a bit angry seeing this, because Spirit's really telling you, like, if you knew more to the situation and this person was just not doing this keeping you guessing type of energy, and showed you more about what they're about, then I think you would literally know that that is not the energy you want, or that is just not adding to your life. And you're meant to seek someone who is adding, and who's like meeting you right where you're at. Yeah. So I think that's all I have for you, pile number one. I would love to see you thrive even more as you do. And I would love to see you going back of understanding how beautiful your energy is, and how abundant you are, and how much more you are meant to enjoy. And yeah, meanwhile, just enjoy yourself, enjoy your hobbies, enjoy whatever you're doing, whatever service you're bringing to the world, to the table. May it literally be baking that you enjoy, whatever you do enjoy. Just remind yourself, like, of who you are and how abundant you are emotionally and physically. And yeah, I would love to see you again soon. So if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like this reading and if it did resonate, make sure to subscribe and come back for more content. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye, pile number one. Hi there, pile number two. If you chose this deck or this rose quartz, then this is your reading. Hi there, pile number 2. I already pre-shuffled your cards, so you don't have to stick around for the whole shuffling process. So pile number 2, how is this person feeling about you? Wow, pile number 2, how is this person feeling about you? They're enamored by you. I mean, they're smitten. Wow, like my heart literally when I was pulling these cards, and I feel as though I really did tap into their energy, was going like so many miles an hour. Yeah, wow. It's like just wowsies. Amazing energy. Like they're enamored by you, and they literally see you as their wish fulfillment, and they want to make a move. We have, as the overarching energy, and I get this a lot, we have the Two of Cups as well as the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, you probably know this. If you don't, then that is the fastest moving energy in the deck, the fastest moving knight of them all. But yeah, one energy that is moving faster than the Knight of Wands, I would say, is when it comes to the Major Arcana, is the Chariot, and you got this literally as well. And we have underneath that, we have the Moon, so that may still be a secret to you, how much this person just wants to make a move here. And I think that we should get a clarifier on the Two Swords, because I do not know what they need to come to, like what decision they need to come to, because it's clear to them how they feel about you. We have the Two of Cups. I would say this is their energy, them being enamored by you, and almost like this, I was, for a second, this is the first time I'm seeing this card in this deck. I wasn't seeing this to be the Two of Cups, because it's just usually more of a, like, seeing eye to eye energy and holding cups together, or just two cups or whatever. But this is like someone watching her, and it did not give me the Two of Cups, the original Two of Cups energy. So you have this in reverse underneath the High Priestess, and that is how they see you. They see you as, I think in general, you're very spiritual. We have this twice. This is an overarching energy as well. You have this twice. You have this very flowy goddess energy to you. But I think they do know how spiritual you are. So you are very open about that. At least that's the vibe you're giving off. And that's why I got so excited when shuffling these cards, because they see you for who you are. I think they got quite a good picture on who you are, and they're so excited about you wanting to make this move. And like, God, like the speed they want to like go about this is just unmatched. And that's why I'm confused about the Two of Swords, and we shall like get a clarifier on that one. Wow, like I feel exhausted reading these cards of how much they want to make a move on you. They're not holding back nothing. I think in terms of emotions, something has shifted their perspective. And if they want to go about this, I think they know with you they have to come correct. The only way to come right now is to come correct. There is no other way with you. Or at least that's how they see it now, and that may not have been the way they saw it in the past. Could also be that right from the beginning they were just that. We don't see the past energy, but it's just making me feel of like zero. It's also making me feel like from 0 to like how you measure speed, or how you measure the value of a car by how fast they can go. And then we literally have the Chariot, which obviously no one's going in chariots anymore, but it's like, yeah, at like the last card. So how fast can they take this to the next level? I think they want to take whatever you guys have going on, they want to take it to the next level, and they want to make a move and make it quick. So we're going to have a clarifier on that one. But what I wanted to say also is that I just think it's so beautiful. And I was just looking at the camera, and the time was 5:55. Maybe that's significant to you in one way or another, or you're seeing that a lot. It has 15. And I wanted to talk about the Queen of Light. And what is so beautiful to me is how they see you, and I think they value that so greatly, because that's the overarching energy and that's how they feel about you. You being very in tune with your spirituality, being very in the open, and that for them is quite attractive. And that is very, like, you feel so in tune. You feel like things just flow around you. Things are so easy around you, because it's not like you're questioning your spirituality a lot, or you just, it's like they want to listen to you. They want to listen what you have to say. And I think it's just quite impressive to them, or it just feels like it's almost like a turn on for them, how in tune you are with your emotions. And because the River Queen, water is always emotions, and that is like flow, letting go, natural movement. Like everything just comes so natural to you. And I think that is also the reason why they want to make this move on you, because they feel like life with you is just like going with the seasons and going like with the flow, and everything just feels like your whole connection to them just feels so right. But maybe if you two have history, then they might feel like you being undecisive in like about them, with the Two of Cups in reverse. Somewhat I see this as like a both so below type of energy, because we have this upright here. But then again, I see it more like them thinking, because I use this as a clarifier somewhat. Though here I feel like it's not like, this is more like the end energy to this whole, like, so I see a cycle of energy. Just me explaining how I read cards, but yeah, not that that would be of value right now. So let's get back to explaining the energy. Yeah, what I was touching up on is this Two of Cups, like them fearing that if they don't make a move and if they don't make it quick, you might not be receiving in the future, not receiving of them in the future, or you might see them in a different light. So they know that if they want to do anything, it needs to be now, and they do want to do something. Lord, do they want to do something? Wow. Their energy is just it has me smitten by them. Like, what are they doing? Pile number two. But I think somewhat they're like the full package as well. Like, they give me like very good vibes. They have like very good vibes, and they see you as being like fun around as well. So that's what they want in their life, and that's what they're moving towards, is this fun and this lightness, and they're coming correct this time. I see them doing that. I see just so much movement in them coming correct. If you will, like, because we have those cards, we might as well, that energy speaks to me as the King of Wands. So they come very stable in a sense, because we have this major arcana here paired up with two, not one, two, Knight of Wands. And that's like, they want to bring stability about with you, but they're in their emotions a lot. Like, if you've known them for quite some time and you two share a past, which I do not see for everyone, I see for others of you, this probably is pretty fresh, and this is from like 0 to 100 in like no time. For others, because they like what they're seeing, they like your vibe. For others, it's like the energy of the past may have been extremely different from what you're seeing now with them, because they have come to realization that this is what they want, or they don't want to be in that stage of not receiving what you have to offer, what you bring to the table. And I think what you bring to the table is emotional fulfillment for them, which is quite literally what we see here. But then again, I think also sometimes they will get into that perspective of being fearful, but they go in and out of that, you not receiving them. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely, it's like I was just getting like this dim vibe of being like, what the fuck? Like, sorry if I cursed. That's just what I did. I never did. Like, I never really cursed in these readings. I was just, yeah, I'm not sure if that's like justified here, that they might fear that, but let's clarify this Two of Swords and then also pull some more oracle cards. So let's clarify the Two of Swords by this deck. Get every one of these. Why is the Two of Swords here, Spirit? Ace of Abundance. Still not enough to clarify this. What the fuck? Oh god, I cursed again. Wow. Wowsies. Yeah, they're definitely pile number 2. They're all up in their emotions with you. They're all up in their feelings. They are nowhere else. Like, we don't see like any sword energy here, but the Two of Swords. It's being afraid. Yeah, don't get that. I think they are in their head about you, like how you're going to receive them. And it's sort of like there are two options of how you could be receiving. If like the move they're going to make on you, they're going to make this move. Definitely, they're going to make this move. And at this point in time, we have every deck has the Two of Cups in that. Every deck we pulled cards from Two of Cups. So is this a love reading, pile number 2? Yes, this is like your next level when it comes to that. That is like, this person is in their feelings about you. What did you do to them, pile number 2? This person is like you or no one in this lifetime. That's how this person is acting. Like, it's do or die if they don't get this. So they think there's like 2 ways you could receive them. Either you're gonna, wow, like they're going so fast. Like, either it's you being receiving of them and they just get their actual fulfillment, or for them, you literally not seeing that you have the Two of Cups, because in the original deck, the Five of Cups is 3 cups being spilled over. You looking at spilled milk while there's the Two of Cups. So to me, that's like, now you have 4 times the Two of Cups, and then you are pile number 2. So pile number 2, why are you asking how they're feeling about you? Like, at this point, are you serious? You need to be watching this reading. Have I seen anything like it? I don't believe I have. I want to pull cards for myself about someone's energy about me and receive that, because wow, pile number 2, what did you do to this person in first place? Like, who are you, pile number 2? You're quite the catch. Like, you're quite the catch, and they know, we know, everyone knows. Yeah, so they would think that either way it's going to go 2 ways. Either way you're going to see what this is all about, like, for them, and know like you're going to be receiving of them, or you're not going to see, but they're going to be there either way. Like, either way they're going to be there. Trust that. So it's either seeing like eye to eye for them, or it's them being like, you're my queen and please take me back, or take me at all, whatever this whole situation is. We have the 4 of Cups, we have the 5 of Cups, we have the 2 of Cups. At this point, I'm not counting. The light just went on, which I'm having like some issues with the light here. But yeah, with the Ace of Cups being here, that makes sense a lot as well. Oh, that's not the Ace of Cups, that's the Ace of Abundance, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Sorry about that one. Is they feel like they need tangible luck to bring this about, and they're asking, almost asking like they want to get lucky with you. Take this how it resonates. No, I don't want to be seeing this. They want to get lucky with you, but sorry. This person is just the charming pile number 2. They got some charm going on. Who is this pile number 2? And who are you? But yeah, what was I saying? This is just such great energy. It's like you are great energy to be around. They're good time to be around good people, I get. But yeah, they feel like they need some luck in this, or they want to get lucky with you literally as well. I think both, but they're also asking for the universe to co-conspire in a tangible way, so they get a tangible opportunity with you. They really want to be blessed with you. You're their blessing, and they want to be blessed, and they're asking for this, but they're in their head a little bit about how you would receive this. And I think paired with this Fool in reverse, it's more than just a little bit, but they're still gathering the courage. I mean, they have courage all over the place. That the strength is not here, but with all of that movement, how could they not, right? Yeah, they're a fun time, and a long time, and a wholesome time. They're very wholesome. I love this energy, I do. Yeah, let's get an oracle card on how pile number 1's person is feeling about pile number 2. If that wasn't clear at this point, sorry that I called you pile number 1, because that energy was very different from this one. So I would be very surprised if that resonated with you, because that was just that energy was just not the same. Okay, pile number 2. Bye. Like at this point in time, why are you here? It's like, I was thinking, why is the Four of Wands not here? We have so much want energy, them wanting to make a move, wanting to make this stable move. I was going to say that when I was talking about the stability they're coming with, like they want to lead this with. So whatever that, like they're trying, and this looks like he's proposing, and he's gonna be here for I was just saying he's not here for only a fun time, but for a long time. And this might be the one. Pile number 2. You're that, like they think you're their one. Like if it's not clear at this point in time, like come on, pile number 2, like why are you here? Why are you watching this? Why are you asking? Like it's just like a fun reminder for you somewhat. Yeah, we're gonna get advice either way, because that's what I said we're gonna do. I'm not sure you need it, pile number 2, but we're gonna get that. But yeah, what was I saying? So they're literally here for a long time, and I think if you're not about to get married to this person, then what I was saying earlier on is like they want to move whatever you got going on to the next level, and they know that they need to come correct. So marriage stability is just, could be quite literally, could be just them like taking the next stage, and whatever that would be, like commitment, like asking for a relationship, whatever stage you're in, they want to go to the next level, move to the next level with you. And I was like saying that I was confused that we do not have the Four of Wands here, because that was just giving the Four of Wands and this wedding, that is the wedding card in the tarot. And then now we got wedding. So I read the Four of Wands into this as well. And by that, I would say they want real stability and commitment with you. If not marriage, like if that's far from where you guys are at, I still see them wanting total commitment with you and total stability, and they're here really for the long run. And they're gonna, like as I was mentioning with the Five of, like either way, whatever this is, however this would go for them, they know in their book they're gonna be here regardless of how you receive them. They want to be there. And yeah, pile number 2, that's what I have on there, how they feel about you. And we're going to get some advice, and I'm going to pre-shuffle some cards, and then yeah, just see you for the advice right now. So pile number 2, I already pre-shuffled your advice cards, and like now I see why you're asking. And yeah, I'm invested. Pile number 2, you got me very invested in this. So your advice is to have a new beginning, and that could well be with this person. You know what's funny? This is really sinking, is that we have the 0, which is the Fool as well. So you guys mirror each other quite well. And yeah, let's get really deep into this advice section, because if I just touched upon this, and what do we have here? What was I saying? We have the Four of Wands. So, and we have the Four of Swords. So we have a lot of mirroring energy, but in a different, like, you guys match each other's energy in a sense. So, and you also have the Knight of Wands again, pile number 2. And there's this Ace of Cups. So what am I seeing? Oh, yeah. So let's start with the easiest one. Because I want to do this justice. But the easiest one here is the spend time with animals. So if you do have animals, you're encouraged to spend time with them and get into a mode of, like, animals, sometimes I think it's just a serene vibe around them because their nature is just so different than humans, and they're like way more honest and way more, like, they don't mask and mirror like humans do. So being around them is like, can be quite serene and getting your mindset where you want to be, or like just getting in a more playful mindset. And you're encouraged to do that, to have like the serene type of, like, being around animals, or kids give me that vibe as well. So if that's not animals for you, maybe be around kids, or it's like be around things you love that aren't of the most demanding nature. I mean, animals can be quite demanding. Like if you have a horse, it's like quite demanding to care for that. And everyone who has a horse will agree. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like, just mentally a different thing to be around animals than it is to be around people sometimes. So that's not the whole gist of your whole like narrative here, what you're supposed to do. But the other, like, the rest of the energy is so, it's complex in a sense, what you're supposed to do here. It's not like surface level type of energy. So that's the first thing I wanted to touch upon to get into the, like, to do this justice. I really do want to do this justice. So pile number 2, what are you supposed to do? This is like this new beginning. You're at this starting point with this person, like new start. Even if you guys had history, this is like a new beginning. Things are moving differently than they used to do. Maybe you broke up with this person. Maybe it's like this death in reverse, new beginning. You have 3 times the new beginning. Like something is starting here. Could be the start of the next chapter with this person. Could be the first chapter with someone. And that person is being depicted as this Knight of Pentacles. I would say whatever they're doing, they're probably trying to gain some assets. But as we were saying earlier, they connect you to their blessings as well. But you're this Queen of Pentacles figure here. And usually when I see this, there being a queen and then someone coming through as a rank below that, I usually read it as them not coming correct or that them not being on your level, which isn't the case here. In this, it's the case of you being in a state where you're supposed to see your own abundance and sit in that. Like the Queen of Pentacles is the most stable, most abundant figure in the whole deck. And she is like stable in worldly tangibles. You're very tangible in the way you go about, which I think is quite, or you're supposed to go about this in a very tangible manner. But you coming off as this queen is making me think that you're not at any point like starting your journey all in this endeavor of you being this abundant figure. Like you are that Queen of Pentacles and you're called to ground yourself in that energy of being abundant and knowing thy worth. That's what it's giving, exactly what this card is giving. Knowing what you bring to the table in this whole situation, for sure. Like, know what you bring to the table. Just be very clear on what it is that you bring to the table, because it is a lot. We see that being a lot. And this Knight of Pentacles, he brings to the table as well. But see how this little angel is checking their book? You're supposed to check if they're coming correct, if they're doing it right. You're supposed to be like, literally checking their notes. Like, are you coming right in my book as well? Is like your book, are they matching? Are we matching energies here? And so I don't see that not being like a match to your vibe. I see that more being them in their pursuit. And I would say that's to life in general. They're really about assets as well. And they see you being a very good addition to their book. And I don't see it as in the most, actually I was seeing that, and I wasn't touching upon that. We have the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck in like what I was previously looking at when I was shuffling how they feel about you. And that King of Swords was playing chess. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So yes, they do see you being like everyone does. Everyone is like, is that a good addition? Is that going to bring me also like tangible fulfillment to be with this person because it's going to be easy for me? Or like, it's never easy. Like, and I don't see it all being like butterflies and whatever you want to call it. Like, but it's positive. Like, you guys are tangible, both of you. And they just know that you would be a good addition, like, to their team in a sense. Like, you would be good. You're in their book, you're right. And you're right also when it comes to their pursuits in life, their tangible pursuits, what they want to achieve, what they want to have in life. Like, literal, what assets do they want to have? And I don't see them seeing you as an asset. I see them being able to build whatever they're trying to build in this lifetime. It's giving like you working on your dynasty together, like type of vibe, and take it how it resonates, but them like seeing you being a very good addition to whatever they're trying to accomplish. And they're seeing you being very nurturing and knowing and understanding of what they want to achieve, and you being just matching the energy in that one, and them being grateful for that. And that's why they were seeing that. But because this is an advice section, and that's your nature, and that's why they are coming correct, is because you're checking on that, like up on that. You're not like, when someone says they're going to bring something, you make sure they bring it. Like, you're not the one who's like, I'm dating your potential, or you're not called to do that. Like, you're not called to be like, okay, I see potential here, let's do it. You're called to be in, like, literally check what they're like. If they did like their little accounting here, you're literally supposed to be, is that the SEC? It's like, I don't know which one would be in charge because I'm not from the States. So sorry, but like whoever is in charge of checking that. So probably not the SEC. Yeah, I'll check up on that one. But yeah, whatever they're trying to do here, it's like, oh God, like, God forbid. With this new start, they need to come correct, and you're like, you literally have to go like, did this, did that, did fight for this, did fight for me, did like, because this fighting is linked to them. Like, are they going to come correct? Make sure they're coming correct, and not like, not, you're not this Queen of Swords. You're not this Queen of Swords being dismissive. Are you doing this or not? Like, being in your head about it. Just be tangible. Like, did all of that, wait and until the goal is achieved with them. And it's not like as much, but yeah, the Pentacle pursuit is like more checking and being like a slower moving energy than any other. You guys going the right way, whatever you're doing, even though I see it still from 0 to marriage to the 4th ones. Doing it fast, but doing it the right way, somewhat. And with this 5 of Wands is the conflict. I actually don't quite literally see it, because see, this angel is looking over this conflict. It's giving like them fighting on the field for you. You know, that's more of like tangible, not tangible, like stable. With you guys, it's very stable. It's very major, and the way you go about it seems to be the right way. It's very major and it's stable. It's an energy you can literally grasp. It's like your day-to-day type of energy, and like coming correct, doing the right things, waiting on things for the right time. Like, timing is very essential here. They know they have to make a move. They know they have to make like tangible offers when it comes to you, but you standing in that energy of them needing to come correct if they want this new beginning in love, in life, whatever you guys are trying to achieve here. Emotional fulfillment. See, this is the meditation card. Meditate on that. And meditate on your emotional fulfillment, how they make you feel. Sometimes like you're actually with the Temperance in reverse, and that's sort of, for me, clarifying your Queen of Pentacles, being with literally with the Ace of Emotions. I feel as though you're called to be like cup runneth over type of energy, and I don't know why, like, all of this makes me think about Beyonce. But when I was like saying dynasty and all of that, it's just that vibe, just that, like, it was giving her. But yeah, like, where was I? So with the Temperance being here in reverse, we have such major energy here in general, but I think you're supposed to really be in your emotions with this as well. Like, even though you're this stable figure, like, you're called, it's okay for you to be in your emotions, like all in your feelings about this as well, because that person was literally also matching the energy. And it's also being okay to be in your head. And if there are fears arising, see, we have these hands like from like everyone's worst nightmare. And this is being like the fourth swords is the meditation card in the deck. It's like going within about something, going within, and that's something you're called to do. And also, I think if these fears arise, which are natural, you feel like you're in your head, in your feelings about this whole situation, you're supported in this. Know you're supported. spend time around things that make you feel serene, so you can be on this journey. But I think it's just such a tangible journey. And make sure they're coming correct. Make sure they fight for this in the right way. And I think your outcome is pretty clear and pretty stable. And somewhat spirits wanting to give you a heads up that you're on this journey. There's like, this is like, I think, what is this deck called? I'm not sure right now, but it's something about angels. But just all of these angels looking over you, and just, this is a divinely guided and protected journey. And you need not fear. But when you fear, when you're in your head about situations or about this whole situation, or like questioning things, then I think you're called to really go within. And when it comes to them, you're called to check if they're coming correct, but not check in this mental pursuit. I think more over intangibles, like very much just, did bring flowers, did do this, did do that, like type of energy. And I think they know how to come correct with you. Whatever you like, whatever is the bar with you, the bar is not low with you, and they know that. Just make sure that it's stable and it's grounded, and the pursuit is tangible, and it keeps being that way until whatever next stage you two move. And do not fear conflict with them. Do not fear that. But I'm not like, with the Four of Swords, also think before you say something sometimes. Maybe. Like, words can cut deeply, know that. Like, sometimes we say something and we might not. Yeah, that's just something, I think that's more of a thing of the future. It's not right now, but I don't know, it just starts giving the energy. But you're also called to make a move here with them. And you're called to match the energy if they're coming correct. You're called to go for this. This is literally giving me, saying yes to whatever they're gonna offer in the long run. But you're not like, the stuff needs to happen. There's movement here before we see this. But this is giving me like someone's asking and you're saying yes to whatever they're asking, because they have way more movement than you do in your advice section here. But you're like, this is definitely divinely guided, and I'm so invested. Pile number 2, I love your guys' energy. I love the way you go about things, and I love this stable commitment we're seeing here, and I wish you the very best. Thanks for bringing this serene and divine energy and letting me read this. And I hope you enjoyed this content. And if you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe if you like my content in general, to never miss a reading, and come back for the next time, and hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye. Hi there, pile number 3. If you chose this deck or this crystal, then this is your reading on how they are feeling about you. So pile number 3, I already pre-shuffled your cards. How are they feeling about you? Pile number 3, how are they feeling about you? This is giving me pile number 2 vibes, but different. It's funny because it started like the exact same card came flying out. You have the same card as pile number 2 with this 2 of Swords, with the 4 of Cups, with the Knight of Wands, the Chariot, but those came upright in like pile number 2. And the 3 of Cups also came out, just a different deck. How are they feeling about you, pile number 3? Wow. Just wow. Like, this could be the one. That's how they feel about you. They're enamored by you. They're smitten. Like, your joy, fun to them, like they feel joyous and fun around you, but they also, this Knight of Cups, they want to offer their cup to you, like they want to offer you something emotionally. But with this depiction, see how this arrow is just in their heart, and it just it's not funny, but it's funny. Somewhat it's funny, because I feel as though they feel like you just caught them somewhat. Like, why am I feeling these feelings? That's what I'm getting. Like them being like all up in their emotions about it, all up in their feelings about being in love in the first place, because I feel as though you tamed this lion here, pile number 3. Like you tamed them in some sort of way. But their way of going about it is very different than pile number 2. Actually, their way of going about it is like there's not movement at all. Like something is stuck here, and they're stuck in their little maneuvering about how they feel about this, and how, like, their way of going about it is actually, see, this is the haunted house deck. This is the deck you chose. And this is the haunted house deck. So their way of going about it is, this is the magician, them like manifesting you, or they're wanting, do they want interference, divine interference in this? And again, like the pile number 2, you have like 2, 2, and 2. You have a lot of twos in this, like a lot of choices to be made here, a lot of either way, a lot of juggling, a lot of balance. But I think they also feel like you balance them out in a sense, or you balance them out, but you also, you balanced their lion out in a sense. Like you tamed them. You you got to them. You got to their heart space. Quite literally, like you got to their heart space. And I was seeing, whilst I was shuffling from this deck you chose, I was seeing the 3 of Swords as well, which is very similar depiction to this one. But this here is about funds and all of that. And 3 of Swords is the heartbreak card. I don't see them being broken about you, but when you're very much like falling in love with someone, it can just feel like you being in your feelings a little too much sometimes. And that's just, if that's not your default, then that's gonna feel scary. And I feel as though with the 2 of Swords and this figure running through the woods, that's literally, then I chose this haunted house to clarify that, and she's like running through these woods, like giving me like them being a little, it's not their default mode, let's say that. I don't see that being their default usually. And literally with this 4 of Cups, I think literally this is in general. That's like, usually they're like, I don't want this. Like in this 4 of Cups, this depiction is very specific, because that's like not the usual depiction. Usually it's just, in the original tarot, this is a guy sitting by a tree and not taking the cup the universe is trying to hand them, and having 3 cups already. So having like 3 cups and like not taking the cup the universe is trying to hand them. They want that cup to be handed here. They're a little not passive, because we have this major arcana. They're actively trying to maneuver this. And then we see this, like they're asking the universe, I want to manifest this, like literally, like yes or no. See this yes or no. And then so many this way or that way type of energy. Let's get a clarifier. Like I needed a clarifier on that one as well, because we had, as like in pile number 2, we had so many positive cards, and them being enamored and being all up in their feelings about them, just as we have here them being all up in their feelings about you. Like they have romantic feelings and they want to move this ahead. But the way of moving this ahead right now is not moving this ahead, probably because they're little this is like a little triggering, but not in the wrong way. Like, it's time for them to be triggered that way. Like, good for them. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say. Like, good for them. Like, oh, well, oh God. Like, as I was saying in pile number 2, which was also very unique to me, like pile number 3, who are you and what did you do to them? It's almost like, I don't want to be laughing, but it's so cute. It's literally so cute. If like this Knight of Cups feels like, see, like how they're hit by this arrow in the heart space and they have like their heart up their sleeves, and it's almost like making me feel like you got them religious. They want to follow your cult. Whatever you do, they want to follow that. Like, that's like what I'm getting. That's the vibe here. Which is funny. But what else are we seeing? We have a lot of major vibes here as well, just in general. And with this very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now is, oh, wow. Them being undecided, like them not having decided how they want to go about this, how they want to go about having these feelings for you. If that's going to be more passive, in which pursuit they are right now, very passive with the Knight of Wands and the Chariot in reverse, like literally extremely passive to the T. Like, and then being in this wishing and like, but yeah, pile number 3. I feel somewhat they're justified to be in this energy, and not in your book. It's just how they feel. They justify that by being like, wow, I never felt that way. Wow, I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm feeling so much and I'm feeling it all at once. And I want this to be handed in one way or another. I want this divine intervention of movement rather than having to step into that myself. That's their, it's not that they're not, like, probably are in some sort of communication with them, because how would they not when they're like so up in their like feelings about you and so enamored. But I just feel like when it comes to this, are they going to tell you how much they've been? This moon is right now, as I was mentioning, because I'm like still trying to grasp what this 2 swords, like this 222 energy is about, like, which is a driving energy, seems to be for a lot of piles today. When it comes to that, so them deciding, are they going to make that move by themselves, which they're not doing right here. So clearly very soon, like, they feel like they need to come to a decision when it comes to shifting the focus on moving in some sort of direction with you. And right now they're not actively, tangibly, stably moving this. They're majorly internally, and but it's different than just internally, because we don't see sword energy here. It's not internal, actually. I don't understand their way of moving this or trying to manifest this. They're definitely keeping the door open for, like, it's almost like this magician is giving, like, inviting you into their house, inviting you in, wanting you to join whatever they're like, whatever they're doing here. It's like, I feel as though they're inviting you into their heart space and they're not familiar with that as much. This is like new to them, but they want to pursue this. Let's get like clarification on that energy here. It's like, make it make sense, Spirit. How does pile number 3's person feel about pile number 3, Spirit? Please clarify the very soon. And the Two of Swords. Yeah. Thanks for, but no thanks. Like, let me pull one more card. Wow. I can't. He's cute. If that's a he, I'm pretty sure it is, but whatever works for you at this point. What are we seeing here? So I was saying thanks but no thanks, because the Three of Emotion is the Three of Cups. So I was seeing it as a energy that is, yeah, I'm not gonna, like, as I was saying in pile number 2, I'm not gonna tire you out with explaining how I read cards, like how I do it, but mostly it's shown to me as like a progression in some case, and Spirit's just telling me that it's not a progression in this. It's like all at once. It's not, he wants to, like, it's not wrong what I said, but right now Spirit wants me to focus on that being it all at once. And that is very, very complex energy as well. Like, what is going on today? What is going on with these people catching feelings and all up in their head? Like, not in their head, like actually in their feelings about it, just, but also a little bit in their head about it. Yes, that you stirred up the pot in some way or another. And yeah, you stirred up their emotions for sure. With the Three of Emotions here being a clarifier for that energy, as well as the Ten of Abundance. This is giving me more of you not seeing what this is all about. So it's giving their energy, but you also not essentially seeing the depth of it, seeing how significant this connection is to the both of you. Because this is like the pattern that we're seeing is duality in and of itself, because we have 222, and I should have seen that. But I didn't. It's duality. It's experiencing one thing, but there's just the equivalent of that. So you know how they say, like, there's like in every, what is the saying? Like, I'm not going to get it right. I just know it right now. It's like there's equivalent benefit in every, I'm not going to get it right. As I was mentioning, like, I don't know what the saying is right now, but you probably like know what I'm talking about. In every, like, no, I'm not going to get it right. Actually, not going to get it right. Whatever. But so we see duality play out here, and them being in their head about maybe things not maneuvering the way they thought they would at this point in time, or the way they want them to, but they want to move ahead with you. We see so much positive energy, and we see so much abundance here as well. So it's like pile number 2. We see the 10 of abundance. They see a happy future with you, a very tangible one. And the way I was saying, like, them not seeing this not being so tangible, and then I was cautioning myself and saying, like, no, they're not actually not going about it tangibly, because we have this Magician here, which is a major energy, and we also have the Two of Wands as well, so which is also something stable, but being at the crossroads in one way or another, which also, like, everything's like crossroads. It's like, but Spirit's telling us that we're already seeing the outcome in a sense. And the outcome is this 10 of abundance, is the 10 of pentacles. The guardian of abundance is the king of pentacles. They want you to join that table. So this is a very, I wouldn't be surprised if they're very well off financially. We did not see that as much, though they might be juggling a lot of responsibilities. But I think this is more in regards of you juggling this new intensity of emotion they're feeling, but they're trying to celebrate something here with you. And I actually do believe it's leading to something more tangible, something more stable. But how are they feeling about you? They're absolutely enamored by you. They're absolutely, it's a crossroads for them, leaving something behind. It's giving leaving like bachelor vibes behind and going into this like one world, just completely. We actually had that with the other pile, but like one phase of their life, just they see like both sides. They see where they are coming from and what they're leaving behind, and they see where they're headed, but they want this like very tangible. And the 10 of pentacles is mostly depicted as like a family and like having like financial abundance, mostly like a house, and we see like someone watching their grandchildren. Yeah. So if that's not giving like what they want, yeah, then I don't know. Like they really want stability, and like see like this is so. And we have the help of, oh my God, can't with this. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Like they want to offer you things, and they want to like, you're that blessing. It's so similar to pile 2, but it's still different in a sense. Very different actually. Because pile 2, we did not see them being so like tamed, if that makes sense. Or them needing to be tamed. This person here needed to be tamed by you, and they are. But see how this person is like looking like they're so in their head, and then they have these cups here. Is giving me also like them being like, how did I get in this place? Like, it's like this is giving the same energy but different, because that's like how they are in their day-to-day life. And this is like, oh my God, I just got hit by something. Like, oh my God, that's so cute. It's giving like very cute vibes. But yeah, they're enamored. They want to share their abundance with you, and this is for them to move through. We see a lot of their energy here as well. So we see a lot of, that's not like being unsure about you or being like at crossroads, do they or don't, because we have this 4 of Cups in reverse. They're gonna take that cup. Like they want to take that cup if it's handed by you, if you are gonna be in this. And I'm so thrilled to see the advice section of this reading, because I just want to, well, something just fell off, and we're called to do the advice section right now, because I just want to know what Spirit is telling you in this situation, like advice from Spirit, because this seems like the 222 seems so much of their pattern of seeing something. It's like I'm looking at this world of this person looking at this world of being like, wow, like this is, go within. Wow, you can't make this up. 2 and then go within. What is the 2 in Major Arcana? I'm going to look it up, but my dog was just like, did you hear that? Can't make this up. You cannot make this up. I mean, you can't. I'm just looking at these worlds this person is looking at, literally. This person has like, in their mind, it seems like 2 pathways. That one they're coming from, like they're looking at where they went from, like, and what pattern that was, like them being in like their bachelor mode, and now like them pursuing this life with you, pursuing this abundance, pursuing all of this. And that's what's making them go within. That's what's giving this stop, this pause. Like, that's like, they're literally at this crossroads looking at where they're coming from. My dog's like annoying me right now, so I gotta tend to that one. But they're literally looking at that and just looking at like, wow, like this is vulnerability. That's not where that, but they're still embracing it though. They're still embracing it, and they want that. They want that. Ain't no doubt about it. What they want here, and see, like this little like vest they got going is like very similar. Like, yeah, they're inviting you over in whatever sense that may be. Maybe inviting you, like they're literally inviting you into their heart space, into their everything, into their whole life. Like they want to share everything with you, and they're clear on this. They're just at this, like, it's natural for men, like, you know, when they get like, they're like, he's a little tamed lion at this point, and gotta let that sit, right? Yeah, but let's get into the advice section on this one. So this might as well be like very soon they're gonna come out of this like literal, like going within, like trying to get a hold of like what the fuck is going, like, I just did it again. Like, did I do this with pile number 2? I cursed. Yeah, I cursed in pile number 2. Like, it's given very male dominant energy here, but like not in a negative way at all. Like they're a team player. They're like a partner. They're like, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because I'm seeing their energy is just it's so wholesome. You got to give it up to them. But I'm not going to come to those conclusions before we see spirit's advice, because I'm just here. I'm just the messenger. I'm not. It's like, yeah. So pile number 3, I already pre-shuffled your advice section, so you don't have to stick around for the whole shuffling process. What are we seeing here for your advice from the universe right now in this situation? When it comes to this person, and it's like super clear, this is talking about this person, and like this is the love matter, and like very tangible energy to read, and very uniquely settled, this whole energy. Like, it has me very in awe of everything. So very interesting energy today. But what am I seeing here? The universe is telling you to, at this point, tend to your own garden. With this, nourish your temple. And then we have the 8 of Swords. That is getting oneself tied up a bit. And I feel as though that's like, it's like, do not move at this point. And we have like you being cautioned to take any action right now with the Chariot in reverse. Is that the Chariot or is that the Strength? Oh, let's check. Like, I need to check that because I have no idea what card this is. Yeah, that's the Chariot. Because that could have also been the Strength. Sometimes there's like weird depictions of stuff in cards. But yeah, that's the Chariot in reverse. So we have Spirit cautioning you twice not to move. So they had the Knight of... You match the energy. You're supposed to match the energy. They've given up out. So they had just a different deck. They had the Knight of Wands in reverse, and they had the Chariot in reverse, and you're called to match that energy. And you're also called to not get defensive about it, about the situation. With the King of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse, no harsh words, no condescending words, no conflict. And like, see how they're like the Temperance card, in the Temperance card, how she's like, how's like just harmony. And you're called to not put imbalance to the situation by moving in any direction here. You're called to just stand still with this situation. There's a standstill and it needs to happen right now. It's important for the situation to evolve naturally and evolve into any stage. That's not for you to bring about at this moment in time. You're called to tend to your own garden here. Tend to your own garden. It's like, I cannot tell you how much this is like, there's not a nudge to this. It's like spirit's like pushing this agenda onto us very heavily. Because and spirit's like, got you, if you didn't do that, would be loss. There would be loss if you didn't do that. Wow, you cannot make this up. See how we were saying that this person feels like, remember there was this, what was that, 2 swords in the woods? Something was like, some depiction was like in the woods. I just gotten these cards, so it's the first time seeing them for me. But when I was saying, it's giving like the feeling of being lost in the woods, and being lost, like never having been there. And like this 5 of Pentacles, she's like literally lost in the woods, lost in transaction. It's like not knowing where to go. This is saying this would be the outcome. Like the 5 of Pentacles is the financial loss, but I think it's just in the sense, it's card, but in the sense it's like more of a tangible loss. This would be like tangible loss to the situation if you did not hold your horses and tend to your own garden right now, for God's sake. But it's also given the universe has got your back, like you're guided through this. You're divinely guided. And that is why you're watching this right now and why you're hearing this message. You're not like, there's a plan to the madness. And yeah, let's get back on track, shall we? So why, like, how is this like, see how you're called to not emotionally invest in this right now. Like, tend to your own garden. That's like the biggest message here, because we have this like investment, tangible investment, and it's in the reverse. And we have this couple here. It's just for you not to put your money right now where your mouth is. Put your, like, it's tangible investment, but it's like time, energy. It's giving all of that, because we have all of this energy saying like, nourish yourself at this moment in time, because there needs to be this standstill. It needs to happen. And we sort of saw why that needs to be that way for this person as well. But I think for you, it's just equally as important right now to tend to your own garden, because we see this here, the 10 of Wands. You overburdening yourself. You're called to, in a sense, tend to your, that's literally, it's saying like tend to your garden as well. Like there's so much you need to focus on right now. You have so many things going on in your life that you need to put attention to, like so many, like the mundane. You're literally called to tend to the mundane. And as well, like there's things you just think like, maybe like this gives like very work type of vibes. It has to it, like the tasks you need to handle and all of that. But no harshness, like be nourishing your temple, but nourishing to self. But also when you communicate with this person, whenever you communicate with this person, there's an aspect of not using harsh words. Don't be, and that was a thing in pile number 2 as well. I don't know, but it's way more clear here. It's like, again, not a little notch. It's like the universe just throwing this at us. To be more collaborative, not being like condescending, sharp with your words, being too mentally, also not be mentally invested in this right now, like not go there all the time trying to figure things out. Like the universe is saying like everything's is been taken care of. Like the movement, you need to learn in this moment to go to self and nurture self. Nurture your own garden, nurture, like, I think that's something you can do and you're good at as well. But it's just like when there's no movement and you are called to hold your horse. What is the, can you balance things out within yourself for yourself? There's more to it. Like that's the overarching energy we see here. Not being too emotional at this point, like definitely not too emotionally invested. And I know what you're thinking right now. Besides, like, I was thinking that earlier when I saw these cards fall out, I was thinking, like, if I'm gonna say, like, nurture self and all of that and don't be emotionally invested, you're gonna think, so this isn't like something to emotionally invest in, or this isn't something like, we saw that there was a like movement stopped in a sense. And now what am I trying to say? Yeah, so like that doesn't mean it's not going to happen, or it doesn't mean anything. It's just what you're supposed to do right now, because also overarching energy, very positive. This is like more negatively put, or if you want to go there, but it's like, I don't feel like even it's negative. It's like cool to not have to do anything about something and just know that it's like being taken care of, right? You can tend to self, tend to your tasks, like it's being taken care of. But when you do communicate, make sure it's not in a condescending, not in a hurtful or any of that. Like, don't go there. Try to be more trying to explain someone rather than choosing a fight. Being more like, how can I explain something, but also don't get like emotionally invested on how someone's gonna react, because in a major way you're called not to think about it too heavily, but also not to be in this mental, like, no mental anguish. That's the thing. But see, this is why I was saying, like, you might get into that, okay, so that's the task now. And I think you've gotten a hint of that being your task before I was saying all of this. Like, you intuitively know that what I'm saying is right because you already know. But the universe saying no, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And that's what's your supposed approach is temperance, which is being more balanced with something. It's not like do or die in this situation. And it's a major arcana. It's not like we get the Two of Pentacles here for being balanced. You get the Temperance energy. So doesn't mean anything right now. It just means hold your horses. Don't invest in it. Don't emotionally invest in it too much, because right now you're called to tend to your own garden, to tend to your own tasks. Like, you have so much going on in your life right now. I think I have this one friend and she's like dating like 20 men, and I was like, I don't even know what she does. Like, and she's also like very high performer in work, and then she's also doing like 10 other things, and I'm like, I wouldn't even have the energy, like not at all. Like, how are you actually like going about anything, like any of this? Like, I wouldn't even like be motivated to speak to two of these people. Like, that's not your energy. But your energy is like, you got so much going on, and it's just giving like a little of her energy, not in like, sorry if I have like not in like dating 10 men. If you do that, then that's fine as well, like do you. But it's like you have so many things going on in your life, and she has literally, like, I don't know why I just went there, but like she has so many things going on in her life, and it just tires me like this, only to hear about like 3 or 4 things she does on like a daily and keeps them all in check. Like she really does keep them all in check. And I think you're like this hands-on type of person as well. So yeah. I don't like, yeah, too much information. I did not want her business all over the place. Hope she never sees this. No one knows who she is, so that's fine, I guess. Yeah, yeah. See, I was just gossiping, and you're like, I was being like, I should have checked my words, and that's something you're called to do as well, somewhat. Like I did not just do that. Not gonna cut this out, but yeah. Anyhow, what else are we seeing here, which is a very positive thing? If you go on dates with this person or see this person, I think you two share, if you were to do this, just this temperance card, this depiction is just making me think about this. But because we don't have like a lot of movement or any movement, or you're not called to bring anything about at this point in time, it could well be that you're not, but you're definitely called to think about the fun times and let that light your heart in a positive way. Let that nurture you in a positive way. And we literally have these, and I was thinking about that when I was seeing this card. I was thinking about the 3 of Cups because they're holding 3, and these 3 are holding 3 as well. And I was thinking that, and then I like put it up and took it, and then there was this 3 of Cups right underneath it in the deck. So I think you two share a lot of like memorable experiences, a lot of fun times where you guys just, I think, were in like social gatherings, or you guys just see like they have like this boys group, and this is giving like bachelor's vibe just as well. Like they're like fun times, and you maybe you identify as female, or I would be shocked if that wasn't the case. But like you being with the girls, and then be like him being with the boys, like fun times, like the past, like embrace it for what it is. Embrace the stages of life you go through without needing to push an agenda, without needing to push the next phase onto you, and moving gracefully by tending to your own garden and tending to nurture self. Be like attentive when it comes to all of the tasks you need to handle. Be attentive to whatever you need to do. And then, yeah, just, experience life for the fun of it. And I think you two really do share a lot of fun, and like keep reminding yourself of the fun times, of everything that makes you light up when it comes to this person emotionally. What I think you two really gathered in crowds, and that was like your tend to go to. And that was like why I was saying with this person, is like their default mode is like different, or that's not what they're coming from. So that's why they're at this crossroads, because I feel as though that's also something you two shared, is like being around a lot of people, or being in social gatherings at least, or being like around other people, and that being like fun times. Or yeah, that's just what I'm seeing. Not all, it's what I'm seeing. Like, and that being something that connects you as well. And don't forget about that, and embrace that in a good way. Like, embrace that in like a fun, nurturing way. And you're called to have like, make more memories, make more good memories if you get the time to, right? If you get the time to tend to that garden as well. Like friendships, see how they're at a different stage. Like they're looking down on these men doing what they need to do, and like, see, they're connected, but, and I think that's something from the past. That's just past energy. You're called to remind that, you're reminded of like the funds you shared. But celebrate where you're at in life right now. Celebrate that stage of your life, because it's significant. And it's giving me this vibe, you wanting to maneuver out of this energy into the next phase, because it seems tangible and it seems like the right thing to do. And Spirit's telling you that like every stage of your life comes with like equivalent benefits. Okay. And you need to tend to that. You need to tend to that garden right now. You need to understand what is going on in your life for why it is going on. And this feels so divine right now. It does feel so divine. And I'm so grateful for getting to read your energy, for getting to bring this message to you, pile number 3. It was such a pleasure. And this is pleasure. It was such a pleasure to read your energy, and I hope you like this reading, and I hope to see you again soon. And if you like my content, then please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I would love to see you again soon. Bye. If you chose this deck or this amethyst crystal, then this is your reading on how are they feeling about you right now and your advice section. So I already pre-shuffled your cards so you don't have to stick around for the whole shuffling process. Pile number 4. Pile number 4, how is your person feeling about you? So first off, they think you're very nurturing, and they also, oh wow, yeah, we do have this. Actually, we don't. Yeah, interesting, very interesting patterns here. Would not be surprised if you came from any other pile, because we have such, we really do have like some sort of pattern today. But yours is slightly different than the other piles were. There's like significance to this energy in a very unique way. And how are they feeling about you is, yeah, they're romantically very in tune with you. Like you guys share some sort of history, and something has ended, came crumbling down, something internally changed and shifted for them, and they usually, like the 8 of Cups is leaving something behind, and leaving something behind that emotionally is not fulfilling no longer. But here with everything, the whole energy, it's not that like leaving you behind. They seem to be at a crossroads. It's actually giving pile number 3 vibes, but not in a, like, not specifically in the same way. It's just such a different way in this. So yeah, let's get into the energy. So how are they feeling about you? They think you're very loving, giving, psychic, nurturing, very beautiful, like literally the card says that. Positive expansion, clarity, and I think also like it's giving clairvoyance. They might know this about you. It's like, but I also feel like a sense of like something like very alluring to the eyes, but they like much deeper than the eyes. Like your beauty goes much deeper than just what meets the eyes. What else are we seeing here? Yeah, with the sun energy we have going on, definitely a lot of fun around, joyful bliss, an abundant energy, but emotionally fulfilling, very watery energy, with like the Knight of Water, and the Queen of Water is definitely like obviously the Queen and the Knight of Cups. And very interesting, because that was something we were seeing in pile number 2 in the advice section, with the Queen, like of the same suit, like in that same, it's like very, like the patterns today are off the charts, like very unique patterns we see in today's stuff I've never seen before. And I've literally not seen this before, because I have new decks and I was just trying them out today for this reading. So I've literally not seen the exact the exact same cards, but definitely never seen energy like this before. Whatever has been going on came crumbling down and had like this abrupt shift in terms of what's been going on with you. There could have been a breakup with Death here, and the Tower in reverse could have been a breakup. And yes, actually, like a lot of walking away, but that doesn't like come in, like it's not in tune with this 4 of Wands. So And we have the Three of Abundance. Yeah, we literally do have the Three of Abundance, which is the Three of Pentacles, which is like collaborating, and they feel like you go very well with crowds, or you're very well intertwined also with their circle, like, or their circle is just somewhat enamored by you, maybe like some parental figure or something liked you very much, or would like you very much, or some like, or they heard a lot of positive things about you. I think that trying to let go of these control issues here, and that might be like them being like all or nothing type of energy when it comes to dating, or when it comes to love in general, being like, trying to find a way to serve like the greater purpose of a situation rather than being like all or nothing. And just in general, I think this has been very eye-opening for them in terms of communication, and they learn to communicate their emotions better than they did in the past. But needless to say, there has been something that has like been crumbling down with the two of you. But when it comes to you, they get more of a stable energy now, and they have come out of heartbreak. Um, they see the good in the bad that has been going on between the two of you. And maybe there's like gossip around things. It's like I'm getting like people talking, or I can't quite tap into that energy because that needless, it does not change their perspective on you. I think they're coming to terms with how they feel about you more swiftly, and they're changing their perspective. They definitely do have something to offer you, but other than I was seeing it in pile number 2, there still needs to be like the shift, and it's not all bad. What like happened between the two of you was significant, like something like some conflict or something that came crumbling down, or like a perspective that extremely, yeah, change of perspective, like see like this butterfly, and then we have this tower came crumbling down. Internal change of perspective could well be, it's more major, this energy is way more major, but it could well be have been the Fool with the Hanged Man as well. It's very similar energy to that energy, what happened to that between the two of you. But I think it's more of like literal, something had to resurrect, and coming out of that, see, we have like the Page of Cups, like, which is someone wanting to offer their emotional, like their heart to you, actually, like some emotional offering, like someone wants to give, and then with the Knight of Cups, they're actually following through with it and doing that in a stable manner, leaving a lot of, I think, disruption and destructiveness in the past, things that haven't served the greater cause of this relationship. In communication, very specifically important in this. And just the light just went on, but I'm not going to bother like anymore because this has been going on today. Like I have some issues with the light here. Needless to say, what was I saying? The way they went about this, in terms of thought pattern and in terms of handling the situation, sometimes in conflict or in communication, may not have been the most serving. It's giving crossroads as well, like with the Two of Actions, the Two of Wands, but needing to make a choice which way to go. But we like them being aware that with you it's celebration, it's something that gives contentment, overall contentment in prosperity, like a very tangible situation. And usually this is like, I don't know, this is a very weird depiction of the Four of Pentacles, them dancing like they're like, but this is my wedding card, and that has been like, not my wedding card, but I read it as a wedding card in most readings, and we're talking about love here. So It's commitment. Could be just you two just going like to the next stage. And it's funny, I think in like 3 of the 4 decks we were looking at today, this came out, and just the energy is like all over the place, very much. It's like a collective energy. It's very similar, like all 3 piles, like the previous 3 piles, this including. Like the first pile, very different from all the other piles, but other than that, very much mirroring energy, or not mirroring, but like, yeah, collective energy. Just the collective is very similar right now, or things are quite similar for a lot of people, seem to be. Or you're just coming from different piles. But yeah, again, we have the Four of Wands, which is commitment, and I think that's what they want. Like they see so much beauty and abundance in you, and they see you like literally cup runneth over, but being very practical. I think that's a very practical depiction of the Queen of Cups, but they also feel emotionally supported. I think I wasn't seeing that. You're like the psychiatrist almost, like not to that extent, but it's like they learn so much about communicating their emotions better, because like I think it's just you're giving this nurturing, like you might not be a woman but might identify as one, but you giving just this nurturing type of energy. And it's like this female energy that is needed sometimes in order to tap into our emotions better. And that's the stage they're in with you right now. But a lot of things had to come crumbling down, and you just help them through that process in terms of seeing things from a different perspective and gaining clarity on a lot of things when it comes to their emotions or maybe their coping mechanisms. That's something that's coming up. Things that were definitely not serving, and them having to move away from that in order to be more fulfilled. And yeah, they want to literally collaborate with you, and they see you being very collaborative with other people, very emotionally mature, like a very emotionally mature energy I get from you, very serving in that dimension, and very calming and serene and bringing clarity. Yeah, with the eyes here, bringing so much clarity. And then we have the Ace of Air, which is like just, it all goes like, it all comes together so beautifully and so naturally. But I think even though there might have been these conflicts with the two of you, and there might have been in like previous energy between the two of you, been this heartbreak and like this, yeah, this like turmoil that, like that was brought about in the situation, which I think you nailed to get like them, and they see it for what it is, like your part in this of meeting on the other side. That's the energy I'm getting, like with the death, you going through this transition and meeting on the other side. And because it's 3 and 3, and then this is like the collaborative energy, and that's gotten them out of that. And then we have all like everything is just blending in so beautifully to come, like you, how are they feeling about you? They're definitely in their emotions about you, but this is like such an understanding and seeing you beyond your physical appearance. I think that they, through all of this, they gotten to look into your soul as well. It's like, wow, that's beautiful. And yeah, just they reminisce about the past, and they like feel like there's a lot of beautiful memories connecting the two of you in an emotional way, and they're in their feelings about that as well. So that's how they are feeling about you. Pile number 4, which is very quick. Yeah, I wasn't touching upon that. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. with like control, let go of control issues that might have been a thing of the past. Like we did not see what really emerged here or what needed to change, like what perspectives they needed to change. But control issues could have been something that you helped them through by showing. I think you gave them like a different approach to things. But this pile is very intertwined as well with like community, something about community. I'm not really seeing what it is. Like I get just a lot of people being like intertwined in this whole thing as well, like somewhat. Or just, it's not just the two of you that put to all of this, like that it is about the two of you, but a lot of people in a lot of situation give them the feels of you as well. Like you're very much intertwined in like social circles and all of that, like the feelings they have towards you and the growth they experienced. And this does not, it does not give all new energy like you just met yesterday. That does not, that's not like this seems like history of some sort. So everything's just intertwined here with like with people as well, like other people play a role in this whole connection as well. It's not like they see you through the eyes of other people. I think they see you through the eyes of like their emotional sense of you, but it's just there are a lot of memories that just a lot it involve like a lot of people as well. Maybe people of like that's like this depiction of the two of action is just giving me this this yeah, a little like gossipy type of energy. And I was trying to finish this first part of the reading and come to the advice section for you, like spirit's advice for you to handle this situation and not be like in their fields anymore, but we're still in their fields. And that's just what I was trying to say here. That's giving me like maybe that is the case here, might be for some of you that like other people were like invested in how things were moving, but needless, like that's not how they see you. Like they have like their own perspective, which is shaped by you being who you are and them like seeing, like I think I touched upon this, like yeah. So this is how they feel about you, pile number 4. Let's look into advice on how to maneuver the situation, how to handle it. So what is your advice, pile number 4? You might be here from pile number 2 because actually just the same cards were flying out as they did for pile number 2. And then I was like, no, I'm not having it. Not gonna say the same advice for this. Like, and then actually it was like pile number 3 a lot as well. So yeah, we have like I did pull new advice because I was like, no, I'm not going to say the exact same thing. So if you just want to go back and check a different pile as well and listen to that as well, maybe there is like truth in for you as well in other piles at this point. If not, then we have like a very specific different message for you, very different at this point because I just kept shuffling. But yeah, very interesting pattern. So we have the 5 and 5. The 5 here is the Hierophant. It's a major arcana. And then you have balance, which is temperance. Yeah, which I have been seeing a lot as well today. And again, the 4 of Wands, which is the commitment card. Actually, we have that upright. I don't know why I did, like why I did go that way. So what are we seeing here? Let's start with the easiest energy as like beauty ritual. And I think for you, your beauty, which is apparent at this point, yes, she is painting her nails. But I think with you, as we were seeing how this person also does feel about you, it goes deeper than your outward appearance. And with the Hierophant pairing and that being like 5 and 5, it's very apparent that your beauty is also like your spiritual makeup, if that makes sense. Like your way of seeing things, and like you have like this higher calling, and you're called to tend not only to what's nurturing you in this situation with this person. I think you're a quite unique couple, and you balance each other out in a very stable and grounding manner. And grounding could be a thing that would also be helpful to you with the Six of Wands, which is it's like a lot of tangible energy you have going on here as well. And then having the Two of Pentacles is juggling things, and with that's balance twice. You very much balance each other out, and you're called to do that even more, like be more, even more balancing with the way you are. And I think charity, generosity, and with the Six of Pentacles, I think that isn't directly intertwined only with this person, but also in a greater scope, something about community. You two being very intertwined with the community you're in. Like, I'm getting like, it makes me feel like, at this point, it makes me feel like political, or you tending just like to the community you both are in. You're this you both have an impact on your community, and I think for you individually, that's also spirit's also asking you to tend to that in a nurturing way and in a very balanced approach. That is, I think, your default because of what we saw. Like, you're called to do more of that, to even go more into your default mode of being so balanced. And I think you balance things out very beautifully. I think your relationship with this person is just something very tangible at this point. And what you're called not to do is to get into like any like type of fiery arguments, or do something that is, oh, that's also like hold your horses here, but not in the same way we saw with pile number 3. That was like hold your horses, hold your horses. Like, that was like all over the place, hold your horses. But I think it's more saying like not to try to come to conclusions in a tangible manner, or trying to get being determined on an outcome, not being like the driving force here, because you're more called to standing in your balance and being like in greater causes than being tending to something that is let's say like there's like this transition period. Why am I talking so many people into marriage today? It feels like it. Not gonna lie, like if you were to watch the other piles, not pile number 1, very different energy, but pile number 2 and pile number 3 and this pile, they all seem quite like they have like this running theme to them like being in this transition mode to commitment. And with you, it's like not pushing an agenda or anything here. That's called for you to not do. It's called for you to stand in your balancing, grounding, nurturing energy, and being connected to spirit and being connected to greater causes. And there's just so much positive recognition. And I think you two make up this beautiful power couple, and you're somewhat highly regarded as like in your community. You just add to the community, but you individually, you as an individual especially, also add to the community, add a lot of balance and moderation and self-control. That's literally what the Hierophant, I was like, that is the Hierophant, the Temperance is saying here. It's like control yourself in trying to come to a narrative. Like there are so many causes that you can be in general. Sorry for like the mind fog right now. I'm just a little tired. It's getting late while I'm filming this, but regardless, you're tending to, like, there's so many causes you can be generous in a tangible manner, and you can tend to. And it doesn't have to be like in a political sense, it's just the overall vibes giving it. It doesn't have to be in that, like I'm getting like for that may be different for everyone, but like in terms of like your town or something, because of this gathering, and then like the generosity and charity and all of that, and then like such stable with the full of that's giving, like overall it's giving institutions and you being like of great value, and like to bringing balance. And also this charity work or whatever this may be could also lead to you being way more in your balance, so you can take that into like that would lead to more balance in your personal relationships as well. But regardless, the saying like self-control, so holding back when it like maybe you want too much too soon or something, or it's like not too much too soon, because we have this stability, this commitment card, we have this like positive recognition, and I think your relationship is very like a positive adaptation to the community you're in. But regardless, I think you're, as I was saying, and as I was mentioning with your energy, it's like don't deprive yourself of your individuality by wanting like to be committed to someone without being in your power. Like that's not what spirit wants you to do. Spirit really is calling to your individual power as well. It's like calling for you to recognize your unique your uniqueness. Actually, like I was gonna say something about makeup again, because it's so connected with you to spirituality, but then again, like it's so beautiful, as we have like in this advice section, this being like you finding more balance in that. And we have the Two of Pentacles. You know what this is giving? In moonology there's a card that says balance, practicality, and spirituality, and that's literally that's what we're seeing here as well. You bringing more balance to self, even like more balance than you already got going on. I think you're quite unique and you're quite balanced in your approaches, but that's what you're called to, the energy you're called to get into right now, grounding oneself very much in tune with that type of energy of being balanced. And that's just, that's just going to be such a great adaptation to the community you're in. It goes way beyond this person, and you're not called. We were seeing that in the other piles, and I think for you it's just a different vibe, specific vibe, because I pre-shuffle again and again to get like not the exact same cards as we were seeing in the other piles, because that was falling out with a different deck, and also the same deck. Gotta give that up. But yeah, I did shuffle well though. I did shuffle very well, and there was just different decks, and so you cannot make this stuff up. And I was saying that previously, but not in your pile. But I think I'm just like at this point, like there's like mind fog. Yeah, but what we're seeing here is not trying to actually like accept things for what they are right now, and how they are. Don't try to push any narrative. Don't try to protect, like, not protect. Don't try to get yourself attached to a specific energy right now. And I don't mean that in terms of this person. I mean that in terms of what's going on right now with this person. Don't try to get it attached to the narrative you guys are having right now, because things are gonna evolve beautifully without you also trying to push a new narrative. That's very much like in the last pie, like don't like hold your horses when it comes to the situation, and don't try to push any narrative, because things will beautifully just align the way they are supposed to, and there will be balance if you bring balance as well. Like it's giving as within so without, like trying to get to that balanced stage, and you have such a unique and divine connection to the divine, that it's important for you to tap into that, and also embrace those around you, embrace your surrounding, embrace your community. And that was what I was trying to tend to as well, is this shall not, maybe for some of you this is not, as I was mentioning, like you being like in like some organizations or being in like fundraisers or whatever cause this was talking about. For some of you that is just friend groups, that is just community. You surround yourself in whatever community you're part of. That is something that you shall embrace and be like a very important part of at this point, at this moment in time, and let things unfold naturally in the way they're supposed to be, because they will unfold. And please don't push any narrative, and seek commitment and seek in balance, and being like committed to balance, to try to balance things out. And yeah, at this point I'm just going in, like I'm just saying the same things over and over again, just I guess. I hope this brought clarity to you, and I hope I could help you, pile number 4. I'm so happy I got to read your energy, and I hope I could have, like, I added to your experience, and I could help you with this. And if you like this content, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I would be so grateful if you did. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.